morning, delegates. Are you here to work today? We have a lot of good work for you to do. I, for those who have not yet met me, am Laura Blackburn, presiding at this session, and hopefully we will have wonderful resolutions passed by this body before we leave here for lunch. That's my challenge. Now, I would like to ask Lamel McMorris, a member of the Special Contributions Fund, to come forward to present the Rupert Richardson Memorial Leadership Award.
Following the death of Mrs. Rupert Richardson in January 2008, her family worked with the NAACP to establish an annual award to recognize the leadership qualities that were epitomized by Mrs. Richardson. These included excellence, commitment, professionalism, progress, innovation, youth development, and dignity. The purpose of this award is to encourage branch unit growth, collaboration, and sustainability. Today, we are proud to present the Rupert Richardson Memorial Leadership Award to Danatus King, President of the New Orleans, Louisiana branch of the NAACP, for his demonstrated leadership and dedication to the cause of civil rights as an exemplar of the qualities Mrs. Richardson possessed. Please give it up for Mr. King.
Good morning, NAACP. First, I wanted to thank the National NAACP for this award, and I accept this award on behalf of the New Orleans branch NAACP, and I'm going to ask if our branch could please stand up, our delegates that are here. Thank you all for making this possible. Miss Richardson was indeed a friend and a mentor, and everything that you heard the description of this award, she embodied that. She was a professional, and she was something that I don't think was read, the past president of the National NAACP, and she was and she wore gorgeous hats, exactly. But just a few things in accepting this, that the thanks go out not only to our branch members, but also the work that we have been able to do. Our state conference, led by National Board member Dr. Ernest Johnson. I want to thank him, Dr. Johnson, for your support. Thank my wife for allowing me to be able to put this time in. It's Georgia King. And not to take up too much time, what I'd like to do is to just put this award in some context. New Orleans, Louisiana, and that's the branch that I represent, New Orleans, Louisiana was the leading, if not the, one of the leading slave ports in the United States. And you can still, if you come, I invite you to come to New Orleans, and when you come visit us, go down to the area and you can see where the slaves were unloaded off the ships. And that's just to try to put this in a little bit context. Right now, in the year 2011, as we speak right now, the New Orleans Police Department has officers that are on trial for killing, gunning down citizens of New Orleans in cold blood. Go online, Google that. That's what's happening in New Orleans right now. In New Orleans, about a month ago, we had NOPD, New Orleans Police Department officers, that were convicted for the cover-up of the murdering of innocent African Americans, burning of their bodies, and beheading them. And to this day, we still haven't found the heads of the gentleman that was killed and burned. Just a little bit of context. There are billions of dollars that have flowed through the city of New Orleans since Katrina for the reconstruction of Katrina. The African American community has not received its share of those billions of dollars. We're fighting that. That's some of the things that the branch is fighting for. If you go and you know anything about education, the charter school system, the charter school movement is touting New Orleans, Louisiana as the poster child. But what's starting to happen now, that poster is starting, the ugliness of that poster is starting to show. The accomplishments of our children is decreasing instead of increasing. When it comes to special needs children, their needs are not being addressed in the public school system because of this charter school movement. I invite all of you to go online and Google New Orleans NOPD, Google New Orleans NAACP, find out what's happening in New Orleans. In 2005, the National NAACP, and I thank you, National, came down in 2005 and assisted us in marching on Bourbon Street because of the atrocities that were happening. 6 years later, all of the fighting that we've been doing, 6 years later, it's not really getting any better. So we may be inviting the National to come back down, and if that invitation goes out, I'm going to ask for everybody across the country, as you all did in 2005, to come on back and help us out in New Orleans. And as I say, in just last 2 weeks ago, when the Essence Festival was in New Orleans, there was a command that went out from the supervisors of the New Orleans Police Department to go out, and if you see young black males, harass them, ask them questions, because that's what we're targeting. So this is the work that's going on down there. This is the struggle that's going on in New Orleans. Thank you, NAACP, for this award, and I accept it in that spirit and in that context. Thank you.
Tough times in New Orleans, but we have a brave NAACP chapter down there to keep the struggle going.